Hello and welcome back to the Lime Tree Sessions podcast with me, Jack Milcrease,
Nicholas Cook,
Scott Charlton,
and joining us again is the lovely Sophie Purvis. Woo! I'm a meat kind of man.
Your mum's not going to be pleased.
Hey Kath, you shouldn't be telling me, I should be telling Scott off.
Yeah, and then Meatloaf appears.
We've just been doing some more covers, so yeah, we thought we'd do a podcast while we're here, and we're going to pretend that it hasn't been like 3 weeks since we've done one. So yes, it's been a hot minute, but to be honest, we've all been very busy. So
It's been a hot minute, Ari.
it's definitely been a hot minute. I said that to my mum, and she was like, "What's a hot minute?" That must be like
it's a generational thing.
Must be, yeah, because she didn't know what it meant. I had to explain it's a while. It's a while. So what have we been up to?
Well, I was going to say week's been good, but again, it's been a while since we've done this. We've done lots of gigs.
We have.
I can't remember them all.
When was the last podcast?
It was the back after Amsterdam one, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the week you got back from Amsterdam, which
Right.
was...
But then it went out the week after. So then
It's been a few weeks.
It's like time doesn't exist, does it? It's
No,
just,
it doesn't.
it's just, aye. But yeah,
That's the effect of the Lime Tree time machine.
we're still yet to do that.
I know.
Oh, we could ask Soph that.
We could ask Sophie
We'll ask
that.
Sophie.
We'll circle back to that. You don't know. Do you know what that is?
I listen every week.
Oh,
And
Sophie
I know
knows
it
what that is.
We'll circle
She's
back
on
to
it.
that. We'll circle back to that.
But-
Right. So gigs this
Yeah.
week anyway.
Gigs for this weekend have been good, pretty uneventful.
Aye, worried.
We
Cheers.
were in Berwick on... I forgot about that. We'd been in Berwick on Friday.
Yeah.
And then we had a gig with your good self.
Yeah.
We all thought... I'm sure you can talk a bit
Yeah.
more
We'll talk about that in a
um,
bit. Aye.
But then we were in Bolton on the night time, which was easy.
Aye.
And then where were we last night?
We were in Stockton at Malleable Social Club.
Yes.
Nice one.
That was okay.
I know it's been a pretty easy weekend. Not grand, but pretty easy.
Very hot.
Yes.
Very warm. It's been the first time in a while we've seen Rob and Kelvin without jackets on. It's
Aye.
very weird. They came out in just waistcoats. Not
Really?
just waistcoats, that would be weird. But
It's like steampunk vibes.
yeah. But it was very warm.
Yeah.
So-
I'm ready for it to be cold
Not.
again. Like for context, we're currently going through the massive heat wave. That's been, to be honest, it's been going on for a few weeks.
3
And-
months at this rate.
Yeah. It's been really, really hot. And I am not a heat person.
We are built for different climates, really.
See, I don't mind it, me.
You
I
like the
enjoy
sun.
it whilst
Yeah.
it lasts.
I like the heat.
Might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I'm ready for a change now. I think
I think it's because I like being outside. But
I do too. But
Just
it's-
not in the heat.
No. It's like when you're ill and
Yeah.
you can't remember being well.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I can't remember it being cold. Like I can't remember what it
Yeah.
feels like.
You've hit the nail on the head there, like, definitely.
then the minute it's cold, you want it to be hot.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Yes.
No, 'cause
Alright,
I
we can
like
leave
I'd
divided.
rather it be cold.
I like wearing layers.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
I'm a jumper kind of guy.
It's just
So-
more to carry.
If you're wearing it, it's fine. Like it's that's fine. Yeah. I can't wait for it to be cold again. It'll be a lot easier, especially with gigging as well, because at least then you're not like
that is true.
you know.
Yes, it's not fun climbing several flights of stairs.
And then having
When
to
you're
set all your
dripping.
gear
And then
up,
having to set everything
sweating,
up.
and you're just knackered. Aye.
And clubs are warm anyway because they're full of old people and the heating's on regardless.
Yeah,
So,
it's very true.
yeah, it'd be nice when it's cool again.
How were your gigs, Soph?
My gigs were okay. I did a wedding in Durham on Friday at the Radisson along the river. That was
Oh, very
quite nice. That was very nice, actually. No buffet, so I was a bit disappointed.
No buffet?
Oh, that's a
No
shame.
buffet. It's the highlight of me wedding gigs.
It's getting fed.
It's me buffet in the middle. No buffet, no
That's
food.
what you're playing for. Not for
Nah.
the wedding, for the buffet.
Nothing. Saturday with you, obviously, and then the Heat and Buffs Club, the
Oh,
worst
evening,
loading
yeah.
in the world.
Yes, what a great
Uh-huh.
load in that gig is.
However,
Aye.
aircon though, they had aircon.
Oh, did they?
They did. That was alright.
Swings around.
That's always a
about,
nice
isn't it?
bonus, that, isn't it, when you get into a club and the aircon just hits you when you walk in. It's not very often, but when it does, you enjoy it.
I was at Stack on Sunday, which was actually cold because the fog. Because we were playing at like 6,
Oh,
and the fog
right.
had like settled down. It was like really eerie. Like, is that the word, eerie?
Stack Seaburn
Like
is by
spooky?
a beach, I should point out as well. That's why it's...
Oh, it would
yeah.
have been even
It is
worse
foggy.
there, yeah, of course.
right. So it was like really sunny when
Could
I
you
left.
see the audience?
Yeah, I could see the audience, but you couldn't really see the sky.
Oh.
Oh, I
But,
bet that
like,
was cool to play,
When
to be
like
honest.
when I set off though, it was like sunny and like you just drove into Seaburn and then it was just like fog.
Were you saying that like the stage was like a bit wet because
Yeah,
of
yeah,
the
the stage
Oh,
was
the
wet.
condensation, aye.
Yeah, yeah. I sent you a picture when we came out as well, because you know how like Morrison's is across the thing.
Mhm.
You couldn't see Morrison's. It was just
I reckon that would be quite cool. A gig in those conditions, like.
But it's,
Yeah.
it's strange though, because I was there during the day and it wasn't like that at all.
Ah,
So
you were, yeah.
it was
yeah.
weird.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I did a wedding on Friday as well at Hardwick Hall in
Yes.
Sedgefield. That was a good laugh. That was really nice. It was really hot, and like I set up in my jeans and t-shirt, and then I went to go get changed into me snazzy wedding outfit, shirt and waistcoat and all that. Oh, it was an interesting few hours. It was very, very hot and sweaty, but it was good. It was a good gig.
Was there a buffet?
It wasn't a buffet.
He got fed.
I did get fed.
He got like
that's
a
nice.
Very
a
nice.
whole
Lovely.
meal.
It was like a 3-meat dinner. So there was like pork, chicken, and beef all on the same plate,
Yeah.
and like it,
Like a carvery sort of.
yeah,
style
yeah.
thing.
But like, I've never gotten 3 meats at a carvery before.
know.
No, I don't think so.
You just pick one and then.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Right.
guess I suppose at Toby Carvery you can do that.
I don't
can't you?
actually. I don't enjoy meat on a carvery. I'm
No.
there
What?
for the. I'm there for the veg,
The Yorkshire puddings.
the potatoes, and the gravy. I'm not bothered about the meat.
Roasties, though.
Oh yeah. Or all the
Yeah,
potatoes.
roasties.
In every form.
All the potatoes.
Mash, boiled.
Roasted.
I'm a meat kind of man. Oh, we'll leave that there. You can keep that sample.
Jack loves his meat.
Yeah, you can sample that whatever way you want. Right. And
Got
then,
my new text alert.
oh no, that's going to be the name of the podcast, isn't it?
Definitely.
the meat man. But yeah, and then Saturday was the gig that we all did together, which I think we'll talk about in a separate
Yeah,
section
we'll do
because
that, aye.
we've got quite a bit of conversation for that. And then Sunday I was at Stack as well during the day. I love Stack, absolutely
You
love
do,
it.
don't
It's
you?
great. Like it is the best and easiest gig ever, and it's brilliant. My mum and dad and my grandma and granddad came, which was lovely. I know you all listen, so hiya. I promise I'll stop me swearing. I haven't swore so far.
Not yet.
Not
There's
yet.
Still time.
There's still time. Because we were just saying there, my mum said to the lads the other day, she was like, get Jack to tone down his swearing, you know.
She's going to know it. We've told you now.
That's it. She's going to know that we've.
She's not going to like her anymore.
Nah. Sorry.
Sorry, Kath.
Did you get a little swear jar in the middle?
That's a shout.
Go get like a mic over it so you can hear like the money
Yes.
going. Yeah.
Yes.
It's not going to happen this week though. I'm not going to swear.
Good lad.
I'm
lad.
I'm putting it out there. I'm not going to. I'll try my best. Anyway, so yeah, Stack was class. Love Stack. And yeah, the family enjoyed it. So it was good all around.
Very nice.
Okay, so it's time for...
What do you listen to?
So what have we been listening to? We'll go you first, Soph.
Or me first?
Yeah.
All right. So I did a drum lesson last week as part of my Hit Like a Girl prize.
Mm-hmm.
And I started learning some time signature stuff. This one's not that interesting time signature wise, but I've never heard the song before. But it's "Making a Fire" by the Foo Fighters.
Okay.
But it's on their new album, but it's in like 3/4, and it's got a really cool drum beat on it. So then I didn't recognize it, but I'm quite a big fan of the Foo Fighters. But I haven't actually listened to the new album yet.
Mm-hmm.
So on the way when driving to a gig, I listened to the album in full. It's really good, and actually, it's up there with one of my favorite ones now.
And
Is
what's the album?
is that the album cover where it's like concrete and it's got the yellow
No,
symbol
that
on?
was the one previous. This one's Medicine at Midnight. It's like
Right.
neon pink and blue.
I don't think I've
I wasn't mega into it.
I don't
Right.
think it got promoted that much, did it really?
It came out like in lockdown, I think.
did it.
Yeah, like back end 2020, I think, because it was their 10th album and it was like a anniversary album as well. Like it was like
Right,
25 years
aye.
of Foos and stuff.
No, I actually
So-
think it's a really good album. Not my favorite. The one,
Yeah.
the concrete one, is actually my favorite,
There, yeah.
which is
What's the song with do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do?
Run.
The Run. I love that, me. I think it's a wicked song.
It's
that.
ironic, right? Because when that album came out, I was at it was a time where like I liked how raw the Foo Fighters were, like because you know they record analog, and it's
Yeah.
very like old school. But that album was the first time they ever did anything like modern and digital.
I think because they got. I might be
Sears.
wrong. Yeah, Sia's producer. It was a person that produced
It's
it.
Greg Kirsten, isn't it? He does
I'm not
Adele
sure on
stuff
the
as well,
name.
doesn't he? Greg Kirsten.
Yes.
I think he worked with Liam Gallagher as well.
And he was
recently.
in what's the band he's in? Is he called Bird and the Bee or something?
I don't know. I think it's Greg Kirsten though that they worked with.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think even again, I might be wrong, but I think Dave said that just even through listening to what his daughters listened to, and like that was a bit more poppy. That it was like a way of introducing it into that album, which might be why I like it though, because I like pop music.
But again, like what I mean to say is that like I used to love the old stuff for the reason it was made. Like it was all raw and kind of done the way, and they did every album the same. And then when they did that one, I was like, oh, well, that's not the Foo Fighters and all that. But then I went back and listened to it not so long ago, and I loved it for the reason that I used to not like it. That makes sense. I think being a musician and doing more recording and stuff, I think I appreciate modern recording way more, and the way things are done and production as a whole. Like I find it a bit more interesting, I guess. So, but the new album, I
have you listened to it all the way through yet, though?
yeah, when it came out, I did.
Fair
Granted,
enough.
I haven't listened to it since then, so maybe it deserves another listen. But I don't know. I didn't think it was like there wasn't a song that stood out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So, but good choice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Despite
I'm
that.
glad
I'll
you
have to have a
approve.
listen to it, like, because I don't think I've listened to the new album.
No,
so
not
I'll
together.
have to have a
There's
listen.
another good song on it, but the chorus is Guillotine Queen. I can't remember the name of the song, but that's in the chorus, and that's like a really, really good song as well. That and Making a Fire is
Is that
really
not
good.
what it's called?
I don't know.
It sounds like a good name for a track. If it isn't,
Guillotine Queen.
Guillotine
No, just the
Queen.
chorus is class.
I'll find out. Actually, the Foo Fighters have released a new album.
Another one?
Even newer than that.
That was
Really?
from
But-
their horror movie.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
isn't it?
Oh,
But it's-
yeah. I see what you
It's
mean now.
under the name Dream Widow. It's actually like, as someone who used to be like massively into like black metal, it is class. Like,
Have that Bee Gees cover album been released yet?
is it a cover album?
Yeah, have they
Oh
done
my
a few?
god,
I
it
think
is.
it
Yeah,
has,
they did
yeah.
a full album.
I didn't know it was a
The-
full
the-
album.
They've been
The
releasing all
DJs,
sorts,
isn't
haven't they? DGs, that's it.
DJs.
Yeah.
I'll have to have a listen to that.
Find out the name of the other one.
Was it Cloud Spotter?
Yeah, it is because I've liked it.
Yes, it was Cloud Spotter.
Cloud Spotter, another good one. Making a
Well, there you
Fire
go.
and Cloud Spotter.
Right.
Nice.
Scott, what about
Mate,
yourself?
I got Spotify suggested a remix for us, and do you know Marvin Gaye's song "Mercy, Mercy Me"?
Yes.
It's a
Probably.
remix of that, and it is unbelievable.
By who?
It's by an artist called Super Duper.
Right?
It's American, and he's done a few different ones, like remixes of like old soul songs and stuff like that. It's unreal. I know you like a remix, Jack.
I do like
Actually, speaking of which, haven't you got a remix out?
I do, yes. I think we might have spoke about it last time, but it's definitely out now if you want to go check it out.
Yes.
I'll link it down in the description below on YouTube. It's a remix of my song called Tryin'. And yeah, it's just, it was one of those things where like...
Everyone loves a remix, don't they?
Yeah. It was like, we were joking on being like, oh, we should totally make like a remix of this. And then
Yeah.
Alex just did it. I was like, all right, great, there we go. So
Sorted.
yeah, it's just a bit of fun, really. But it turned out great. So yeah, why not? Yeah, go check it out. It's in the description below.
So that was mine, remix. Lyndon, what about you?
I remember something that I have actually been listening to.
Brilliant.
It's by Jeff Lynne, obviously.
Fab.
Yeah, it's an album called Long Wave.
Right.
It's basically lots of covers, but in his style.
Yes.
I can't remember when it came out. I think it was the 90s.
Yeah.
I think it was his second solo album. But it's just loads of covers by Jeff Lynne. He's my favourite artist.
that the
in
one where-
case I've not mentioned it before.
Is that the one where the album covers like an old street?
Yes,
where I used to
you
live?
said
Yeah.
it looks like it's an old street in Birmingham.
Yeah.
Which it probably is. It's like a really old. It's got like Victorian lamps and stuff in it. But yeah,
And what songs has he covered on it?
it's got At Last,
Right.
Oh, I get it.
Somewhere Beyond the Sea,
Yeah.
Mercy Mercy. It's got loads of great songs in it.
Oh, great.
But there's a few. I think there's a couple of originals, but it's mainly just covers.
Yeah.
And he did literally
Yeah.
everything on the album from start to finish. He produced it, mixed it. I think someone else mastered it, but
Yeah.
yeah, he did everything on that. So
I like when artists cover songs because like you hear them totally different, like in a way that you wouldn't have ever
Yeah.
imagined beforehand.
yeah,
Like it's brilliant.
fundamentally they're terrible quality productions.
'cause he does everything
Jeff's
himself,
done
doesn't
everything
he?
himself.
Yeah.
It's not like he's had a professional do it. It's him, but it's sort
Okay.
of I like that about it. It's sort of
Yeah, but he's good though. It's not like
oh
he's-
yeah. I mean, it's a lot of VLO stuff like that as well. But,
Yeah.
but that album's really good.
Oh, very good.
Yourself,
There we go. Sorry, I was waiting to be asked. I didn't want to just jump in.
just go for it, man.
Being polite. So there's a country artist called Miranda Lambert who I really like,
Oh,
and she released a new album a few months ago. Was yet to check it out. Only heard the singles off it, and it's an album called Palomino, and it's brilliant. It's very good.
It's a cool name for an album.
It's a place name, I think.
Is it Italian?
Yeah. The front of it's like a desert, isn't it?
I think Palomino is a place in Tennessee. I think.
On Tennessee, right?
think.
Aye.
I don't know. I should have researched that. Anyway, you can find out. But it's great. It's just like, it's actually a really nice album. Like it's mega country, but it's just sweet. It's nice.
Right, yeah,
She talks a
yeah.
lot about, like, she's got this great song on it called Tourist, and it's about her not really knowing where she belongs, and kind of like, you know, she kind of just travels around and doesn't really feel like she has a hometown, and it's just lovely. Like, she's just got some great songs on it. There's the absolute country song called "If I Was a Cowboy," you know, which is
Of course.
great. And the musicianship on it is just stellar. It's
a lot of country
really,
stuff is, though, isn't it? The musicians are at the top of their game.
I was having this
Country
conversation with a guy at the wedding, talking about, because he was a bit confused when I was talking about country music. He was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, country music? What do you mean?" You know, and I kind of had to explain, like, about, you know, more modern country, not so much country
Right,
and western.
aye.
Nothing wrong with country western. Country western's great. But I was saying about, you know, the musicianship on country music, like all those musicians, they're just out of this world.
The
Like,
best
it's-
musicians in any genre.
I would agree,
Yeah.
100%, because like they're all completely on it. Oh, would it be able to pick that up?
It wouldn't have picked that up, no.
Oh, well, the plane's just gone by.
The plane's just gone by. Sorry. But yes, awesome album, and I'd definitely recommend it. If you like your country and you like Miranda, I think it's probably the best thing she's ever done.
All right, aye.
I think it's really, really good. So that would be my recommendation. So, as mentioned previously in this week's episode, we all did a gig on Saturday, which was really cool, actually. Genuinely had so much fun. We played in HMV in Eldon Square, Newcastle. Bucket list gig for me. I thought it was brilliant.
You were loving it, weren't you? Aye.
Seen so many bands there. And to say you've played in HMV, I mean, how cool is that? I mean, it's just awesome. So we had such a laugh. The four of us played, did a mixture of originals and covers, and just had a good laugh. Really, it was great.
It was mid-afternoon, like.
Absolutely loved it. I'm actually playing in the Metro Centre on Saturday coming.
Oh yes, you were saying.
I'm doing it solo. It might be a bit more of just a normal gig really than a showcase or anything like that. But Newcastle one was great. Thank you very much for having us. And it was class. We're gonna have talks about stocking the EP there when it comes out.
All right, aye.
Nice.
That's cool.
'cause
We've got
they've
like
got-
a live and local bit, haven't they?
Exactly. So there's
Yes, the day.
so they're all up for kind of selling it, which is, you know, that's just ridiculous. Like I don't know, like it's childhood dreams coming true, you know. So, but yeah, it was an awesome gig.
The staff are class as well, aren't they?
Oh, they're lovely.
really
They're all,
nice.
I didn't realize till afterwards. I'm not big on Twitter. I don't really use it that much. But I know HMV the whole time were kind of tweeting things and stuff. But then I noticed that some of the members of staff were as well on their own accounts.
Oh, were they?
And I didn't realize until afterwards. Like I had like a few tweets, like I've been added.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And it was just lovely. Absolutely had the best time. Kind of reiterated that I'm doing the right thing. That I really love what I'm doing, and like I'm really appreciative that people are enjoying it, and it's just had such a good time. I'm very proud of it. I have to admit.
Good.
And
Good.
It was my
good.
first gig actually playing it all together.
it was.
It was our
aye.
very first gig, yeah.
Yeah.
All
yeah.
playing live together.
And
It went well.
It went
I
okay.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
I did. It went really well.
Nice.
Obviously, vlogging coming.
Yes, I did vlog it. I haven't put it together yet, but I will in due course. It'll probably be out. It'll be out before this comes out, probably, knowing our track record.
Just don't say anything, and you'll see it at some point.
It'll be
Yeah.
out.
If you're interested, it will be available somewhere.
Yes.
But yeah, it was such a great day, and I appreciate you all helping us out.
No,
I
it
gave
was absolute
gave us
pleasure.
some gifts. Oh, here we go. Here's a swearing. I'm gonna swear soon because I'm
don't
stuttering.
breathe. Breathe. Oh,
Deep breath.
breathe.
Deep breath.
See, this is why I'm swearing. I get so tongue tied. I don't know how people present for like hours on end. Imagine if you were like
And
Ant and Deck or Dermot O'Leary. Like, what would you
You're reading
do?
off a screen then, though. At least you've got know what you're gonna
that's
say.
true.
Yeah, it's a good
So
point.
we just
yeah.
get 4 auto cues.
That'd be
Just
great.
plan
Or
everything.
script it.
Yeah.
Aye. That's why I like a podcast though, because it is unscripted.
Off the cuff.
Like, it is. I mean, it is off the cuff in here. I go off on tangents and ended up effing and jeffing and all sorts. So not this week though. Not this week.
is going to be a swear-free podcast.
Absolutely no swearing. No swearing at all. I have like the word swear, one of those like red signs with a bar across. Anyway,
Yes.
but yes, HMV was class. Thank you to everybody who came out, and we'll probably end up doing it again at some point, which would be awesome. Yeah, it was awesome. Thank you very much. I'm not sure how into podcasts you guys are, apart from presenting this one, but Diary of a CEO, you ever heard of that podcast or watched that
No.
podcast?
I've heard of it.
It's Stephen Bartlett.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah,
Is he the one that he advertises jewellery and stuff?
I think so. He's one of the dragons on Dragon's Den.
Yes,
now.
I have seen of it. Aye.
So I don't really watch it religiously, but anytime there's a good guest on, I have a watch. And he had James Bay on recently.
All right.
I sent it to you,
I listened to it.
and we both listened, and well, I watched it on YouTube. Very interesting. Very
Right.
interesting. Really delved into like how he is with his mental health and like stuff that you just wouldn't expect someone of
Mhm.
his level to perhaps feel. Not that, again, people can be the richest people in the world and have doubts and insecurities. I mean, there's no equation or algorithm for that. But it was really interesting talking about certain things. Like, for example, he was talking about how he supported Ed Sheeran on his stadium tour a few
Right.
years ago. And he said he had this like massive imposter syndrome, but it was like the other way than what you would expect. So it wasn't like, I shouldn't be here. It was actually, I should be headlining this and like believe in
All
it.
right. Aye.
And it was really
But he was
interesting.
he was really embarrassed to admit it. Like,
yeah.
because I guess it is a scary thing in case people would judge you for that, because it's not a nice thought to have, I guess.
Yeah, it was interesting for sure. Like, and what the point I'm trying to make is that like, I actually found it very relatable. Not so much that side of it, but like, he talks a lot about like professional jealousy and then like his upbringing and all these kind of things. And it was kind of nice to see somebody of that level experiencing problems that probably lots of other musicians and creatives feel. And yet he's at the top of his game
Yeah.
and still goes through it now. And I thought it was really interesting and actually quite inspiring, because I think I imagine lots of musicians listen to this podcast because that's what we talk about.
Lots and lots.
Lots and lots.
Millions.
All 66 of you. But I imagine that it's quite a common
Yeah.
feeling. But yeah, I found it very interesting.
I'll have to have a look.
It was good.
I'm
It was a
pretty
good
sure I
watch.
saw like the little trailer clip they put
Yeah.
together. I think that was suggested on Instagram or whatever.
Sure.
But I think I'll check it out.
I think it was an hour and 45 minutes or something.
Was it?
It's like
It's
long,
long,
but
yeah.
it's like
It was worth it.
It's in depth though.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
listened to it in bits anyway on
Is that the
drives.
podcast that Matt Hancock went on?
Yes.
I thought it was.
He's had a lot of good guests on. He's had Russell Howard, Jimmy Carr.
But you can tell it's real though. Like when he asking the questions and the answers that they're giving, it's not like promote your album here. It's like.
He talked about his album for like 5 minutes. That
But-
was it. Oh, voice break. Sorry.
But didn't the guy say it's not even scripted? Like he doesn't have questions in mind. He kind of
That's
just goes
good,
off the
that, like,
conversation.
Yeah.
It's a bit more professional than our unscripted podcast, but
We
That's-
get by.
we get by. Absolutely. But I think it's worth a watch. It's
have a look.
it's very interesting, and yeah, it was nice. It was good. It was very reassuring, if anything else. To be honest, it was nice. So we were in the studio the other day, and not to record ourselves. The lads and I recorded a show reel for the Houndcats. You may remember on the first podcast, a guy called Jack Harvey came in, and we were talking to him. He's from the Houndcats. And actually, on the last podcast, I think we mentioned that I was doing a gig with them.
Yes, we did.
And we may have mentioned the show reel. No, don't think we did. Either way, after the gig, 2 days after the gig, I should say, we recorded their show reel for their trio. And it went really well. It was really good.
Yeah,
We
yeah, it was-
did it at Loft Studios in Newcastle. And it went really well. Scott just showed us a preview there. It sounds great. We're trying to do more behind
Productions,
the camera stuff.
Yes.
I think learning from our dear friend who lives in America now, Alex Williams. He's kind of passing the torch, if you like, because unfortunately he's not around. He's not dead. He's just in America.
That's the same thing, Jack.
So
I mean,
we sometimes get him on FaceTime being like, have we done this correctly and all this kind of stuff.
Alex, can you help?
Yeah, I think he'd be proud because he knows what he's doing. He's very good. He's very talented. He's done all of my music videos, and even the remote stuff that he's done, where he's been on FaceTime and we've had to do the camera stuff. Like he's very good at what he does. He edits it all anyway. So yeah, we're kind of trying to take a leaf out of his book and do our own in-house production, filming, whatever you want to call it, thing. And we're calling it Lime Tree Productions.
We are indeed.
The channel will be linked below if you're watching this on YouTube. There's already a video.
Yeah,
up
there's
there.
one video up. The Archers session me and Lyndon did with Kieran Bow and Elizabeth Liddle at the Archers in Tynemouth. That's currently up. And yeah, we're just hoping to get stuff done and just get a portfolio together.
Absolutely, yeah.
See where it goes.
How different is it going into like a studio where you haven't like used all the equipment and stuff before, like on like production side of
Oh,
it?
that's a good question.
Is it like completely like? Do you know what you're doing like when you get there, or is it completely different?
With Loft, because we'd been before, and the sound stuff, like Lyndon was doing all the audio recording and stuff. You were pretty comfortable using it, weren't you? Because we sort of knew how it would work.
Using it was fine because they use Logic, and I use Logic anyway, so that's fine. But setting everything up, I wouldn't have had a clue how.
Oh
to
yeah,
do
they
it.
had the guys there, weren't they?
Because they have preamps and all sorts of things to set up, and it's just like I've no idea. They've got a massive big patch bay, and if you don't know how everything's patched together, you don't know how where to plug things in.
Yeah.
But so they were very crucial to the day. Otherwise, we'd still be there now,
Yeah.
plugging things in and going, "Is it this one?" But
you said that you'd be happy enough to just do it from your own setup, like you'd have the interface, your laptop, whatsoever. So we wouldn't need a space.
we could have done
for
it that
recording.
way. Yeah, all we'd need if we were to do it somewhere else,
We have
all we'd
portable
need
stuff.
would be the space.
Yeah, and
Because
power.
I have all of the recording equipment to take,
Well, that's how we did the try and shoot.
off site, if you will.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it was all right.
I just didn't know
In
how
camera-
different it is, like going from what you
Yeah.
know to like a different
Yeah,
environment.
the joy is we're pretty self-contained with all the cameras
Well,
and the
exactly.
recording equipment. We have everything. We just sort of need more of the know-how
Yeah.
and the
Which is why we're developing.
which is why we're
things,
doing
we're
it. It'll be
getting
trial and
stuff
error,
together.
but by the end of it,
Yeah.
we'll be hopefully pretty good. So
Aye.
I think we're very lucky that we've got the experience of working with Alex and having
And being thrown at the deep end doing those videos, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the remote stuff. I mean, that try and shoot. We've mentioned it before, but that was difficult.
Have you ever talked about it on here? Is it just
I think we haven't we?
Have
We must
you
have.
just don't go? To
You're the
that
biggest
territory?
fan, so if you listen,
Yeah,
every
so-
week, so
Re-listen.
have we talked about it?
I feel like you didn't really delve much into it.
Oh,
Just
let's
'cause
talk
you were,
about that
you
then.
were just breezing
Well-
past it because it was traumatic.
So we did a live version of my song "Trying" in my friend's cafe called the Coffee Bank in Chesley Street. Go check it out. Lovely coffee. And we thought, oh, this would be easy. This would be great. Oh, it was a long shoot and changed my perception on life, to be honest with you. Because it just, I never again. It was so. The reason it was difficult was we had to wait till the cafe was closed, obviously, because we couldn't do
Yes.
that when there was customers there. So it closed, I think, just before 6, and we got there just after 6.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't leave till about 11:30.
I left a lot earlier than that.
You left earlier, yeah. You
Lucky bugger.
You were sort of wrapped up by
I was
a certain
ready.
time.
I was done.
Oh, we were done as well. We had to pack down.
But
So-
we had to stay.
some of us were more stressed than others. It's probably safe to say.
I was done about an hour in, to be honest. I think the problem well, okay, it took us a while to get the audio kind of going. There was a few
There was a few problems
hiccups there.
Yeah, that was more your interface
It
than
was,
anything.
yes. It hadn't been set up before.
Yeah, if that would have happened, then we would have been
Yeah.
get away. I set up everything perfectly. It was just the interface, but we'll know for next time, so it's fine.
If we had Alex there or somebody else there to help us out with the cameras, that would have been enough.
That would have been handy,
Yes.
rather than on a phone, pointing screens at screens all day.
Exactly. So after every take or after every time we did something, we had to go and have a look at the cameras and move the cameras. But we were the band. It was just the four of us there.
Exactly.
So it was difficult on that aspect.
I feel like we've learned a lot.
Yes,
It
I
was
think
a bonding experience.
I think that experience actually
It
aided
has
us
helped.
a lot in the Houndcat shoot and
Exactly.
future
Yeah, well,
projects.
it's 1% musicianship, 1% camera work, and 98% patience.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
That's pretty much how it comes down to
I
it.
really thought I was a patient person until that day.
Oh, it was stressful.
Yeah.
It was the needing to set everything up beforehand. Because
Yeah.
being the musician, obviously, I had to set up all the musical equipment. And
Which
also,
in itself is a job for someone.
but because it's a coffee shop, there's tables in places where you need to be set up. So there's that as well as.
I think
And
because
we
we
were
set the
basically
we set the
like-
desk up somewhere else, didn't
We
we?
were
Yeah.
in a window.
and we were basically like goldfish for the day because there was no screens or anything.
People
or
were just walking
curtains.
past watching we do it.
I thought there was shutters
that.
and there wasn't shutters. So that yeah.
But I actually had to open the window and climb outside to get
That was a
away from
warm
my
day as
drum
well.
kit.
We always
was.
we always do things on warm days.
Let's agree. Anytime we're doing anything film wise, it either has to have aircon or we don't do it.
I think we should publicly announce when we start doing things because you guarantee it'll be a nice day and people can go to the beach.
Yeah, it's a good point.
So next time we're doing something, we'll let you know, and then you'll know it'll be a sunny day and it'll be the hottest day ever.
Well, the next one actually going to be outside though, isn't it? Oh, you're not talking about that.
What are we talking about? I'm
Sober.
sorry, I'm slightly
barn one.
confused. Oh no, it's
Are you not
inside.
talking about that? I know, but it's technically outside, isn't it? It's like inside out.
Yeah,
There's
there's
No,
not
the
open
barn's
windows.
got doors.
I know, but they're open.
Hence, a
Doors,
barn
doors will
door.
be closed.
Oh, I take it back.
No, so we're doing another live video shoot for another song called Sober, which is actually the theme tune of this podcast.
Yes, so you have heard it before.
So you have heard it before. And we're doing it in my friend's barn, basically. And I'm telling everybody now, completely on the record.
The doors are going to be closed.
It,
It's going to be hot. So be prepared.
Yes, Jack.
no, what I mean to say is, on the record, we're not having another stressful shoot like the trying one.
No,
it
we're
is
not.
going to be bliss. We're going to take our time. There's no kind
You
of
said it now.
there's no
Well, no,
kind of
because we've learned.
But I'm not going to
we've
be there
learned.
for the setup, so I'll be
What's
sound.
the date of the shoot?
it's the 23rd of September, I
Well,
think.
there you go. You've heard it from us. That day is going to be very, very hot.
It's going to be a scorcher.
It's going to be very warm.
Well,
will be.
he's got air conditioning in the barn.
Has he?
Yeah, but everyone else can have this information now. They can go to the beach,
Oh right,
have a
okay.
barbecue in the garden.
I see what you mean. I don't really. I'm a bit confused.
To be
Anyway,
honest, I don't
no,
think.
you
I
might
say every
I'm
time
with
we
you.
do something, the weather's always lovely.
yes.
Yes.
So we should publicly announce when we're doing stuff because everyone in the country will know the weather's going to be
So
nice.
have a nice
And
head,
they
Right.
can plan nice family meals and barbecues because the weather is going to be boiling.
Oh, I
Did
see.
you at home get that?
I got
I've
it.
sort of got it now.
I was
That
there.
took me a while. It's do you know it's too hot? It's just too hot. It took me ages.
So yeah, sober.
We're
getting
doing a
done.
shoot anyway, so that'll be fun.
But we have learned we're gonna go set things up, get everything right, and
Have
then
a-
come
have a
away.
break, yeah.
Come away from it so we can cool down and everything before we actually play.
do hair and makeup.
Yes.
And then chill out.
That's the way to do it. Like,
Yeah.
definitely.
A couple of gins.
Loosen up.
Listen up.
Loosen up a bit.
Have
See
you-
what happens.
I've even bought that hat.
Yes, you have.
bought a hat.
You look very cool.
Yeah. I should have wore it today. I was wearing it yesterday. It's a cool hat.
It'd be too hot to wear it today.
Well, it keeps the sun off your face, so it's
You're
good.
inside.
Well, that's a good point.
I suppose that lamp, you keep the lamp off your face.
That's true. Oh.
Oops.
Bottle. So there we go. Sober.
Yeah, it'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. It was meant to actually be tomorrow. It was actually
Was it tomorrow?
was that the original date?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad
So,
it's not because
Yeah.
that would have been very warm.
I'm glad it's not too.
Well,
to
actually,
be
it's meant to
honest.
be thunderstorm
No, I know it's
tomorrow,
supposed to be
so I
cool
don't know if
tomorrow.
you want to be in a barn in a
I think it's going to be like
Oh, God, can you
16, 70 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah, the recording will be interesting. There was thunder in the background.
It would be great
That'd be
though.
cool on video, though. Imagine,
Oh, especially for sober, that's perfect.
Imagine,
Yeah,
imagine if it hit on the beat
Oh,
as
that'd be
well.
cool.
if you had the doors open and a flash of light, then
No,
that would look really
It
cool.
would be great. It'd be great if it was like, do doors open. That'd be great.
That will do.
Well,
Yeah.
that
And then Meatloaf appears.
Okay, so weeks and weeks ago we mentioned about doing a segment when we had guests on, and then we've not had any guests on. So we're going to do it now because we've got a guest on. So we're calling this. Oh, we didn't make a theme tune. We'll make one later.
Yeah.
Maybe put this in the edit if we get it done in time. We're going to call it the Lime Tree Time Machine.
The Lime Tree Time Machine.
So the concept is, Soph, you can go back in time to anywhere, any time, any place, whatever. And it's the rule that you have to stay there.
Oh, I can't remember what was said.
But
think so.
it was back or forward.
You did like you can go to the past or the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can say when as well, though.
I think it's just a case of where would you like to go.
Where
you
would
don't
you
have
like
to
to
stay
go?
there. You can come back whenever. Just what place or time would you want
your
to go to?
perspective, Lyndon, was you stayed there. And so you
Yes.
were really careful about what you chose.
Yes.
I think you went future, didn't you?
I chose the future. If we had to stay there, I chose the future because I didn't want to have to live through,
Yes.
terrible bits of history.
Yes. That's fair.
There's still time.
Yeah, that's true.
With that being said,
It's like compared to this history. No, I would say just for one concert in particular,
Right.
I would love to have been there for the James Taylor and Carole King live at the
Oh,
Troubadour.
aye.
That would be. I'd just go for the concert. I'm not really bothered about staying in the decades. I'd like
Just
a
go
seat.
for a couple hours
I'd like
and come back.
a seat at the show and then leave it there.
Yeah, that was one of our points was musical. If we could just
Well,
go
that's
and
the
come
thing with
back,
being
'cause
a
it was
musical podcast.
Live Aid and Woodstock.
Yeah.
And it was all those big
Yeah.
festivals and stuff then.
See, I'm not bothered about going to the festivals, but I would like to be there because I've got the vinyl
Oh, have you?
for it as well.
Hmm.
But yeah, I think that would have been a really special show to go see.
yeah, it's a good album as well, actually.
Yeah, again, not bothered about staying there.
No,
But
get a quick picture with Carole King and then
yeah,
With your modern iPhone, just
Yeah,
to
yeah.
confuse everyone.
Yeah. quick selfie.
Time
yeah,
traveler.
that's what I would say.
Yeah, good answer. Good answer. What were our answers? Can you remember?
Who wanted to go to the future?
I think
Me.
it was
Yeah.
Lyndon.
If I had to go and stay there,
Right.
then it would have been
Okay,
the future.
fair enough.
If I could pop back,
How
then
far into the future though?
A few hundred years.
Hundreds.
Yeah, maybe thousands.
We'll not be
of
around
years.
then.
Oh no, we'll all be dead.
So you'll just you'll transport there, teleport there even, and you'll die.
Well, no. Yeah, but you go back to the past and not be born. So
Oh, that's true.
It sounds a bit like Futurama, what you're kind of getting at here.
yeah, that sort of thing. You'd
Yeah.
have
I
to.
think we mentioned that on the podcast as well, Futurama.
You'd have
Did
to
we?
sort of find what family you had left and make new friends because they'd all be dead.
Yeah.
So there's downsides to
Be
it as
quite,
well.
quite lonely, the
Mhm.
future.
It would be until you've made friends.
See, I would even go like 20 years just to see what's happening.
Yeah.
And if I'm not happy with it, go back and change it.
Is it in Family Guy where they go in the future for like 100 years and it's all burnt down? It's just like a
I don't
derelict
know.
place.
I don't know.
That could happen.
It
That
does
is the
sound like-
downside of.
You
Time
get
travel.
you get out the DeLorean, it's just like rubble and fire and yeah.
No,
Quite
I
possible.
would be interested to see what happens in 20 years though. Like what would have.
I mean,
Yeah.
providing we don't die, we'll find out.
I know, but
I want to know
yeah.
now.
I would like to know now and then change it if it's not where I want it to be.
I guarantee you, it won't be where you want it to be.
You never know.
We'll go 20 years in the future, get a sports almanac of the last 20 years,
Yes.
and let's make some bets. That'd be great. That's definitely not a plot to one of my favorite films.
No, we should write this down. This is good
Is it
What
stuff.
film, what film was that?
It's Back to the Future 2.
Oh, I only watched one.
Oh, I love Back to the
You've
Future
not
2.
seen all the Back to the Futures.
Oh, what a
No.
trilogy.
I have to
Um,
watch them back to back.
But you can't just watch
this
one.
Is,
See,
like,
I
that's
can
the thing
watch
because
them
I'm
separately.
open to watching number 2, but if I was to watch it with Jack, I have to watch one again.
That's fine.
You in agreement?
Like-
That's
Yeah.
fine.
If I watched it with Jack, I'd have to watch 1, 2, and 3, and I'm not for
How many
it.
hours is that though?
Not that many. There were probably a couple of hours each.
I don't
a
even
long time.
think they're 2 hour films. They're probably like 1 hour 40
Yeah, it's
piece.
not too
Like
bad.
so.
I liked 1.
Oh yeah, I mean,
I'm happy just having 1.
one's the classic, but I love number 2.
It is cool, number 2.
I might have watched bits of number 2.
It's great. Like I love when he goes back in time to 1955,
Yeah.
and then he's on stage, and he's on stage playing Johnny B. Good. No, the other me. It's great. I think it's great.
2's the best one.
I think it is.
Yeah.
3's okay. I
3's
like.
okay.
I like
That's
it.
the one set in the West.
Yeah,
I think that's the thing with Back to the Future. They're all just mint, aren't
Yeah.
they?
that's why you can't just watch
They're not
one.
bad at all.
But I love everything about it.
Is
Like
that your favourite?
number 2.
No, favourite film? Back to the Future.
No, you keep getting
Oh,
this
sorry.
wrong.
Yeah, no.
What is your favourite film?
That's a good question. We should ask that, shouldn't we? Okay, let's go around the room.
What's your
Right.
favourite film?
My favorite film is a film called Rockstar,
Okay.
starring
Yes.
Mark Wahlberg and Jennifer Aniston, and it is a great movie. If
You lent me this when we first met.
yeah, and your response was, "Please don't do that to me."
Was it?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
So I'll tell you the premise, and then you can see what I
can't
mean.
remember
So
that.
Mark Wahlberg, it's based on a true story. Mark Wahlberg idolizes this band in the 80s, and he's in a tribute band for this band in the 80s. The singer of the real band leaves, and the band find him and say, "Do you want to join?" So he literally gets his dream role, right? And then he lives the life. His girlfriend's Jennifer Aniston, ends up cheating on her and leaving her and living the life as a rock star. And then, without wanting to give the plot away here, should I give it away? Yeah, I'll give it away. If skip 10 seconds if you don't want to hear how this movie ends. Basically, he decides he doesn't want to be in the band anymore, passes the torch to yet another young singer,
Mm-hmm.
and decides to go solo, and then gets back with Jennifer Aniston as you should, because Jennifer Aniston's great. So and then that when I lent it to you, you were like, please don't do that to me. Don't leave me. Don't, and all this. So
Oh, right.
yeah, the cheating
right.
side of things, not the rock star
right,
bit.
I see. I can't really remember the film, to be honest.
Oh, it's a great movie. You should honestly.
That
It's
was
a very,
years ago.
It's a good movie. I watched it recently. Actually, it's very good. Like the cast of the band are all famous musicians.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't remember his name, but it's the guy out of Dokken on bass. Jason Bonham is on drums. John Bonham's son.
Yeah.
And Zach Wilde is the guitar player, and Zach Wilde wrote all the songs as well, which is pretty cool. And then there's like a smattering of other people in it who are pretty famous as well. It was a big movie back in the day. So, what would your favorite film be?
I was having to think there. Whilst you
I'm
were
trying to
talking.
think as well.
I'm a comedy guy. I like comedy films.
Is it easier to have one favorite film or a couple?
Well, I'll go from this angle. There's a particular actor that's my favourite comedy actor.
I reckon I could guess.
Who?
Adam Sandler.
No,
Oh.
it's not.
He's my favourite.
Will
I like
Ferrell.
him.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
you're gonna say
Alright,
Step
okay.
Brothers.
That's up there with one of. Well, I also like Talladega Nights. I
Talladega
can never
Nights.
pronounce it correctly.
Talladega.
It's so fucking good.
I
that
prefer
film.
Talladega over Step Brothers.
Him and
No, you've
Will
sworn
Ferrell
now.
and John C. Reilly.
Oh, did he swear? Did he?
Yeah.
I did.
Hey, get the swear jar out.
Have you sworn?
I've not got any money.
I don't think I have.
I don't think you
Have I swore?
I
No?
can't remember.
I've done
Sorry,
well.
I've taken it
done
up
well.
now.
I've done well.
My apologies. Anyway, yeah. Any Will Ferrell comedy film, I just fucking love him.
I love
I've done
Talladega.
it. I did it again. God's sake. Your mom's not going to be pleased.
Hey, Kathy, you shouldn't be telling me. I should be telling Scott. off.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to shut up. There you go. That's
Okay.
mine.
Lyndon.
The Empire Strikes Back, Star Wars.
Okay.
That's my favourite film.
That's not the Star Wars film I would think would be your favourite.
Okay, which one do you think would be your favourite?
My favourite, you're kind of zoning out here, aren't you? You've never seen them. My favourite is Return of the Jedi
Okay.
because I think it's just a nice movie. Like it's like
I mean, it's a great movie.
it rounds it off really nicely, and like I like the remastered version where you can see the ghosts and it's like actually the actor and not.
I
No,
hate that.
do you?
Yeah, I hate George Lucas's edits on the.
Really?
Yeah, he just overdid it. I like the originals. We've got the tapes. If I ever have to watch it, I have to watch the tapes.
Seriously?
Yeah,
You'll
because
get it online.
it's the modern version.
Oh, I see what you mean. All right.
It's got all of George Lucas's
I see what you
digital edits that
Sorry,
he's put in,
Alan.
and at the end, it's like everyone, like Darth Vader dies, and then suddenly he's a young man as a ghost because they've got
You just
Anakin.
spelt it all for me there.
It's been out since the 70s. I don't think I've spoiled anything. But it's like, no, he ruined it.
That just reminds me, right? Because I know this probably happened back in the 70s as well, but you remember when The Force Awakens came out?
Yeah.
Apologies, this is a spoiler, so please skip ahead if you've not seen it. But I remember we walked out of the cinema, my family, after seeing The Force Awakens, and my brother, no word of a lie, as walking past the queue of everybody else walking in, goes,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh my God, Han Solo died!" As passing every single person.
I knew before I went to watch the film that he died.
I didn't know he was going to die, but then part of
Or
me,
is he dead?
well, yes, is it, isn't it? Part of me probably should have realized because Han Solo, sorry, not Han Solo, Harrison Ford hates the character anyway.
Yeah, he wanted George Lucas to kill him off in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Just so it would be done. He wouldn't have to do anything ever again.
Yeah,
do with
yeah.
Star Wars.
Yeah.
So he finally got his wish, I suppose.
So you don't like the ghost bit,
No.
even the original.
No, the original's fine.
So you don't
'Cause
like it when
it is the actor you see when they take the helmet off. He's an old man.
yes,
But it's not like when Obi-Wan dies, they don't get Ewan McGregor to do it. They get Alec Guinness.
yeah.
And George Lucas didn't change that, so why change Anakin's bit? It just made no sense to us.
Okay.
It's like they've suddenly made one young. I just don't like it. I don't know. It's
Because-
because modern people wouldn't have known who the actor was. They would have known Hayden
Sure.
Christensen as.
Would you not say that it's cool though because Anakin essentially died at that age?
Possibly. I could
Do you know
sort
what
of
I mean?
see, if he's trying to do that, but that's a push.
Have you not seen it?
You not seen
You've
Star
not
Wars?
seen Star
Me
Wars?
and Soph, well, I have.
We're
but
just
I-
sitting
I've
in
not-
silence
I've
here.
not really
Have
got
I
a clue
spoiled
what
it for you
you're
by
talking
telling you that two of the main actors die?
about. No, not really. Lyndon,
Again,
I've,
it came out in the 70s.
I've had a few conversations with Lyndon about it, about
Yeah.
wanting to watch it at some point.
You should.
I think it's something you should watch.
There's 11 films. We can watch them all. It's fine.
but about half of them are good.
Well, the original 3 are good.
The original 3 are great.
Rogue One's really good. I like that.
I did
Rogue
go
One.
and see one of the films at the cinema when it came out, but I can't remember which film it was.
It'll be The Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, or Revenge of the
The only
Sith.
thing I remember They were in a forest.
Jesus.
That narrows
Is
it
it- is
down.
this-
And there was
killing-
this black ship thing that landed in the forest.
That's every movie. Honestly, that is every movie.
That's all I've got. I think it was the one where, what was the little ball thing, the white and orange ball thing? The character,
BB-8.
BB-8.
Oh, so you've seen one of the new ones, and not the original.
Yeah,
The
with what you call her playing.
Daisy Ridley.
Yeah.
Yes.
That her first one, I think it was.
It's Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
Was that the one you were just talking about?
Yes.
As in, this
I
is
think I went to
this is
see that
like gonna
one.
kill Jack that you just watched one random one in
Yeah.
the middle.
No, at least he's watched like the start of.
I mean, I can't remember anything about it apart from the little orange and
BB-8.
white thing
Yeah.
and the forest and Daisy Ridley.
That's funny.
There you go.
You need to just start with the original trilogy.
I
you'll be good.
recommend watching the original 3, and then to be honest, you're probably all good. In my opinion, I
Right.
think there's.
I think the prequels are okay. I know they're
No.
really. I know people hate them, but retrospectively, I think they're good.
Is it Revenge of the Sith? Which is the third film?
Revenge of the Sith.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
The other 2, I wouldn't bother. In my opinion,
Right.
Phantom
The thing
Menace.
is, Phantom Menace is great. It's got Darth Maul in it, and he's a great character.
Oh, but it's terrible. I hate Phantom Menace. It's awful. Like they just weren't ready to do another one. Like the CG is awful. Yoda isn't even CG. He's a puppet.
He's a puppet, yeah.
Like it's not on.
Oh God, a puppet.
If I ever was gonna watch it, I'm not gonna watch it.
Not
now.
watch it now. You've ruined it, Jack.
That's fine. That's fine. I'll just talk to Lyndon
It's
about it.
still a good film, I'm convinced. But there you go. We went off on a big tangent there.
Sophie,
about
we didn't
Star
see
Wars.
yours.
Yes.
Film?
I know.
What's your favorite film? Sorry, we were talking about Star Wars for about
No,
an
you should
hour.
know mine. Mine's Dirty Dancing.
Oh, yes.
That's a
Good
show.
Yeah.
Good
I mean,
film.
I growing up, I never watched films like all the Disney films and everything, or even in teen years, never watched it. I've always just watched musicals.
Yeah.
So Dirty Dancing's always like been my favorite for a long while now.
Have you seen Keith Lemon's thing where he does it? It's fucking hilarious.
I'm not the
that.
biggest Keith Lemon fan.
I've just sworn
so
again. So sorry. You're not the biggest Keith Lemon fan?
no.
Oh,
If he takes,
I loved him.
oh,
really.
did he recreate it or something?
Him and Paddy
Yeah, yeah.
McGuinness.
I just don't. Yeah, you showed me it because I said Dirty Dancing my favorite film, and then you showed us it, and I just didn't find it funny.
I thought it was hilarious.
I love Keith Lemon
was
stuff.
great.
His
I'm
sketch
with you. I don't
show.
think Keith Evans
Yeah.
are funny.
Through the
I just-
keyhole as well. when he
I
does
I
don't-
didn't like that. I didn't. Early Celebrity Juice was brilliant. It's a bit.
Yeah, it is.
a bit
It's
naff
bad
now.
now.
But-
I think it's been cancelled now. Actually.
Right.
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
yeah.
It's sad that Dirty Dancing has a link to Keith Lemon.
I
That's what I
thought they were
Sorry
great.
for bringing it up.
The best one he did was that Terminator one. That was great.
Oh, that was cool.
That was really funny.
Yeah,
you got
yeah.
Rick Astley to play
Oh,
the
yeah.
Terminator. That was great. That was so funny.
Some of his stuff he's done are really good. Like.
Well, to be fair, I was introduced to him probably way too early by my mum and dad because I used to watch Bo Selector as a kid.
Yes, same.
I used to love Bo Selector. I've got all the DVDs. It's great.
Aye.
We still quoted in our house today.
The sketch show though, do you know the Mick Hucknall one we were talking about
Yeah.
the other day? Where he's got these massive arms and he's trying to pick a ladder up. Then he plays Paul Weller, and he's Mick Hucknall's neighbour. There's the Ant and Deck one as well, where they're
Yeah.
doing a bush truck trial with
Will Mellor.
Will Mellor. And you're doing great. You're doing great.
It's great.
See, I
I
must
love
just be
it.
a big downer. I generally don't find a lot of TV and films funny.
It depends what it is.
I can't remember the last time I laughed at something like that.
Well, it's just quite a sad life,
Huh?
isn't it? Really. I mean,
No, I just don't get it. Like that kind of humor. It's just not. I just don't get it.
no, that's fair.
No,
fair enough.
No.
So we were actually talking last night, or the night before, me and mum and dad, about films that really didn't need a sequel. Yeah, basically, there.
Right.
Basically, like the film was good enough on its own, or is good enough on its own because it didn't have a sequel or whatever. Dirty Dancing was one of them. Really didn't need a sequel. right?
Incredibles.
Has it got a sequel?
No, I don't think it does.
Oh right, I thought you were saying that didn't need the sequel.
Both like films that don't have a sequel that definitely didn't need one, and films that
Alright.
got a sequel that really didn't need one. So I think my answer was Ferris Bueller. That's completely good on its own. Dirty Dancing was my mum's.
Annie 2 would be mine.
You're saying Annie 2 is the one that shouldn't have been made,
Yeah, oh, yeah.
right?
Annie 1's fantastic.
I'm with you. You said
The
Incredibles.
Incredibles. I just said Incredibles.
I like the
yes.
second one. It
Yeah.
wasn't as good. Don't get me wrong, but I liked
They left it too long.
The
They did,
first
they
is
did.
just so good.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That it's nah.
But it does leave it on a cliffhanger.
I know.
If that cliffhanger wasn't there, if I wasn't watching the last 10 minutes,
It's
think-
obviously the plan was to do one a bit sooner, and it just
Yeah.
didn't happen.
yeah,
But yeah, Incredibles is my answer.
it's a good movie. Did you know that the hardest thing to animate in that was Violet's hair?
Yes.
Have you seen,
I get why.
have you seen like all the test footage from it?
No, I've
It's-
not
it-
actually.
Like they couldn't get it to like lie flat, so all the test footage is it like lifting up in the air as if it's like being stuck to a balloon or something. So I think a lot of the movies from the 80s, to be honest, when they got those sequels, it just didn't need it. Like Ghostbusters, you didn't need a sequel to that.
No.
Like that was terrible.
Nah, that's true.
The amount of Jaws movies, you only need the one, you know. I think all the John Hughes films, they are just one film,
Yeah.
and they're all great. Pretty Woman, it's a great movie.
Fast and Furious probably didn't need as many.
Oh, God, no.
as many films as they made.
Still don't really understand the plot of Fast and Furious.
No.
They're just cars and they race each other, and there's a bit of violence and a bit of.
Did you
yeah.
write the blurb for these movies? Like,
the rocks in
You
it?
can
a
tell
bit?
why his movie pitch career never took off,
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
you?
I think I want to go and see the sixth one of the film. I was going to say something. There was a plane with cars that come out of it, but I'm sure that happens in every Fast
Yeah.
and Furious film.
It's a plane or a train or something else.
Exactly.
and then there's a black ship in a forest, and like,
I just think it's like a dad film.
oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one
Oh,
that
I don't think it is. I think it's
all the
a
men
young
have to
lads.
watch to feel masculine. Like, wow, look
Maybe.
the cars.
it's definitely a. I don't want to gender stereotype, but it is a blokes
Yeah.
series. I think.
I've
Me-
never seen it.
My dad used to have. Hi, Dad, if you listen.
He is.
He is. Yeah. Not swearing though, man. So my dad used to have a Subaru Impreza, and
Alright,
he used
aye.
to go to a lot of car shows.
Yeah, yeah.
Sideways.
It's high sideways. And yeah, we used to go to these car shows quite a bit actually. And my dad was. Oh, I feel bad. I'm really sorry, Dad. My dad was one of the older people there. I'll say, because a lot of the people who would
What are you
go-
trying to say?
I know, I couldn't word that nice. Sorry, Dad. I didn't mean it like that. What I'm trying to say is that most of the people who were there, the demographic was young lads who had just souped up their Corsa and that kind of thing.
That golf.
Their golf. But you could tell all the people who were a bit older and had jobs because they all had like really nice sports cars like Subarus and Mitsubishis and like all that kind of stuff. Like, do you remember on Top Gear when they went to Jap Fest?
Oh,
That's the kind of car show that was there, sort of thing. So yeah, I think Cars, Fast and Furious, souped up courses or whatever. It is a bloke thing, not the stereotype, but yeah. I don't know why I went on that ramble. Sorry,
Yeah, but Dirty Dancing's class.
but Dirty Dancing's very good. Yeah,
And I like
Get
a
back round
good
to it.
musical. Grease was on the other day for obvious reasons.
Grease does not need a sequel.
No, Grease is fine.
The sequel to Grease, have you seen it?
No.
Oh, don't bother.
there's a sequel to it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I
not
turned
good.
it off like halfway through. It's awful.
I never knew there was a sequel to it.
I think they're trying to hide it. I think it's that bad.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
It
it's-
is bad.
It's bad, yeah.
So I've got the vinyl for Dirty Dancing, right?
Oh yeah.
And when you open it, you know, they're like the signature lift when they're in the water.
Aye.
When you open it, it pops up.
Like a pop, like a
With
pop
them doing
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
Nice.
It's class.
That's cool. Is it a gatefold like?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's me best vinyl.
It's pretty cool. Rocky Horror, you don't need a sequel to that.
I've not even seen it.
Have you not?
I've not either.
I wouldn't bother.
Oh, it's good. I love Rocky Horror. I love Rocky Horror. It's great. You heard
I
the
didn't
music?
mind it.
No.
Oh, you'd like the music.
All right, okay. I'll have to have a listen.
It's like it's based all around like 60s blues
Yeah.
esque kind of stuff. Like it's all jive kind of music.
It's like the one musical. I know you like some musicals, but like Rocky Horror is your favourite, isn't it?
Yeah, I've seen it a few times in theaters, and it's such a laugh because it's the only musical really where like heckling is really encouraged because it becomes part of the show. I don't know how I can explain it better than that. Actually, yeah, that's basically what it is.
All right.
It's kind of why I
interesting.
didn't really enjoy it though. I'm like a massive theatre goer though. Like
Theatre snob.
I am. I see a lot of shows, but I like to sit in silence and watch
Yeah.
the show. And just having people shouting out and stuff, it was just a bit of a weird experience. And like getting up and dancing, like my initial reaction is to like be
Just
annoyed.
sit there
Yeah,
and enjoy
exactly.
it.
Mhm.
They don't do this anymore for health and safety reasons, but back in the day when you used to go watch, there's a scene where they get married, so everyone used to take bags of rice and you would chuck the rice on the stage, and then when they get the car breaks down in the middle of this storm. So when they get out of the car and it's all raining, you're meant to like you bring water pistols and spray the cast and stuff. They don't do that anymore.
And forgive me that if this is offensive, but like I think it's more pantomime-y than musical
Yes.
in the way that it's ran and the audience interaction and everything.
Yeah,
It feels quite pantomime.
It's got that. It's not like you're going to see a show. It's like a very interactive experience, I guess. But that's part of it. I mean, everyone gets dressed up. You must have seen what people look like from Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
People all get dressed up and stuff. I think when we go, we're the only ones not dressed up, to be honest. It's not really my thing to dress up like a transvestite. So, mind you, I'll leave it with
Has
this.
it happened before?
No. So we went.
He has got long hair.
No, well, not anymore. Not anymore. But we went to. It wasn't the last time we saw it. It was like the time before that. This was a few years ago now. We went to go see it, and some friends of ours. I won't name them for obvious reasons. Some friends of ours won some tickets just on the radio or whatever, and it was literally either the day before or the day of, right? So they rocked up and they said, "Oh, we'll meet you in the foyer, just have a drink beforehand or whatever." And they came in, and older couple came in full on suspenders, everything, right? And we were thinking they had them before they had the tickets. So how, like, that's a bit, you know what I mean? We kind of put two and two together and we're like, hang on a
There
minute.
might have been before.
No, they hadn't. It was their first time going and they were wearing, I won't name them. But yeah, that was a bit eye-opening. So
Nice.
yeah, so
Everyone's got a hobby.
absolutely. But no, I love Rocky Horror. I do. And yeah, it's a good show. Right, thank you very much for listening to the Lime Tree Sessions podcast with me, Jack Milcreast.
Linda Filsker.
Scott Charlton.
Sophie Purvis.
It's been lovely to have you. You should come back. It's as if you're on holiday or something.
I know. Haven't got a job anymore.
I know.
now.
Well,
For
for now. But yeah, we'll have you back and we'll talk some more. I was going to swear there. I was actually about to swear and
Some
I
more
thought,
stuff.
Oh, you've done so well
I know.
as well.
I'm not going to.
Talk some more stuff.
Talk some more stuff. Not. I ain't. We'll talk some more stuff next time. And yeah, thank you very much. Have a good week. See you soon.